Welcome back to the next video from Animation Universal. Today, I bring you a fascinating story about the origins and true power of Patriarch Bodhi, the master who taught Sun Wukong the 72 magical transformations. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to support us. Now, let's dive into the story. The name, Patriarch Bodhi. When I was a kid, I watched Journey to the West hundreds of times, but I kept wondering about one thing. Who was Sun Wukong's master really? Everyone knows how powerful this monkey is, an incredibly troublesome character. Naturally, his master must also be someone at the top of the ranks, unmatched and extraordinary. It is said that Sun Wukong's master was a Taoist, not a Buddhist. For those who don't know, Buddhism originated in India about 2,500 years ago and spread to China during the Qin dynasty, 221 to 206 BCE. Buddhism, as a philosophy and cultural system, was introduced from India to China and began to flourish during the Eastern Han period, 25 to 220 CE, profoundly influencing Chinese culture. Along with this, Buddhism brought significant achievements in literature, art, astronomy, medicine, and logic from Indian civilization to China. Among the three main religions in China, Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism, only Taoism and Confucianism are native belief systems. Buddhism, on the other hand, was imported from India. Taoism itself is rooted in the philosophies of the Yellow Emperor, Laozi, and Taoist teachings, focusing on the pursuit of immortality, which eventually led to its establishment as a religion. In Journey to the West, Sun Wukong's master is often referred to as Patriarch Bodhi. This is just a generic title for a grand patriarch practicing under a Bodhi tree. However, he is not to be confused with Bodhidharma. Let's not get them mixed up. Tongtian Zhaozhou, on the other hand, was said to possess immense celestial powers and profound cultivation. It is believed that he could hold his own against the four great Taoist masters, including Taishang Laojun and Yuanshi Tianzin. His Taoist sect admitted a wide range of disciples, emphasizing quantity over quality. As long as you paid the full tuition fee, he would teach you martial arts or magic. Even with this approach, all his disciples possessed significant skills and powers, proving that you get what you pay for when trained by a skilled master. Coming back to Sun Wukong, it was precisely due to this indiscriminate recruitment policy that Tongtian Zhaozhou was willing to accept a hairy, wild monkey as his disciple. Why did Sun Wukong have to wait 7 years before learning any skills? Both master and disciple were not exactly arrogant, but undeniably proud, each eager to prove their abilities were second to none. Because of this, Tongtian Zhaozhou was fundamentally different from the other four Taoist masters. Although he recognized Wukong's extraordinary intelligence, why didn't he immediately start teaching him magic? Why did he make Wukong spend 7 long years doing menial tasks like sweeping the courtyard, chopping firewood, and carrying water? It was all part of a calculated plan. From the moment this stone monkey was born, he caused a great uproar across the 3 realms, drawing the attention of the Jade Emperor and all the celestial beings in heaven. If the master had taught him martial arts immediately, it would have stirred up suspicion, and all his future schemes would have fallen apart. So, he decided to bide his time, waiting for the perfect opportunity before training Wukong. For 7 years, Wukong toiled away doing mundane tasks like tending vegetables and raising fish, all to give the impression of a quiet and obedient disciple, a way to keep everyone's suspicions at bay. It was like saying, "See, he's well behaved at home." Then, in a short span of time, the master taught Wukong all 72 magical transformations, catching everyone off guard. Why? After 7 years of grinding through Taoist training, did Wukong graduate with a degree but still remain rebellious, wild, and unruly, fearing neither heaven nor earth? The reason lies in Patriarch Bodhi's teaching method. He didn't instill in Wukong the principles of life or Taoist philosophy. Instead, he kept Wukong busy with dull chores and let him spend his free time causing mischief, playing, and indulging in wild antics. The intention was to preserve Wukong's animalistic nature and combative spirit. The master saw Wukong as the perfect tool to wreak havoc in heaven and disrupt the balance of the universe. As most of us know, once Wukong mastered the 72 transformations, he immediately stormed heaven, wreaking havoc in the underworld, tearing apart the Dragon Palace and causing chaos everywhere. The heavenly soldiers and generals were completely overwhelmed, shaken to their cores. Was it because the great sage was so powerful and unmatched in his divine abilities? If you think so, you're mistaken. If the great sage were truly invincible, why would he repeatedly have to plead for help from the celestial deities on his journey to retrieve the scriptures? Sun Wukong was skilled in close combat, and while the heavenly armies might not have been his match, you might recall that on his journey, he was repeatedly bested by demons and spirits. Most of these creatures either gained their powers through self-cultivation or were merely the spiritual beasts of immortals, not exactly figures of great renown or influence. It is said that although Patriarch Bodhi admitted disciples indiscriminately, he also provided heaven with many talented warriors. Most of the generals in the heavenly court were his students, and many of them gave Wukong a pass out of respect for their junior brother. For instance, Redfoot Immortal, Jichkuk Daitian, was one of Patriarch Bodhi's disciples. The Buddha himself once meditated under the Bodhi tree before attaining enlightenment. Under this tree, he achieved realization and discovered the Great Path. Upon closer analysis, the Bodhi tree can be interpreted as an embodiment of Patriarch Bodhi. It is said that the Patriarch guided and purified the Buddha, aiding in his enlightenment. Among those who love the novel Journey to the West, there's speculation that the Buddha's mastery of Buddhist principles might have been influenced by the teachings of Patriarch Bodhi. This is evident in the story where, after Sun Wukong caused chaos in heaven, the Buddha didn't kill him, but instead gave him a chance to cultivate his heart and temper his fiery temperament. Comparing the strength of Sun Wukong to the Buddha is akin to comparing a river to an ocean, as Wukong's Taoist skills were far inferior. As for Redfoot Immortal, he was tricked by Wukong during the heavenly banquet of peaches. Being a direct disciple of Patriarch Bodhi, he possessed immense power, capable of subduing demons and spirits. Moreover, he was not subject to the authority of any faction. Uniquely, within his body resided a treasure that didn't belong to the three realms, surpassed the six paths, and was beyond the five elements. In Journey to the West, the only figure widely known to exist beyond the control of the three realms is none other than Patriarch Bodhi. Thus, the treasure within Redfoot Immortal was undoubtedly passed down to him by Patriarch Bodhi. Why couldn't the celestial god subdue Sun Wukong? Let's revisit the tale of Sun Wukong's havoc in heaven. Redfoot Immortal, Jichkuk Daitian, had many reasons to dissuade the other celestial beings from acting against Wukong. But why did venerable figures like Taishang Laojun and Yuanshi Tianzun have to seek help from Buddha Tathagata to deal with a monkey who, frankly, might not even have been able to defeat their disciples? The answer isn't difficult to understand. The figure backing Wukong was none other than the legendary Patriarch Bodhi, whose reputation was unparalleled. You may recall that before expelling Wukong back to the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, Patriarch Bodhi warned him, "No matter what trouble you cause in the future, don't you dare mention my name as your master." Clearly, he had foreseen everything. Why did the celestial court have to mobilize hundreds of thousands of heavenly soldiers and generals? Was such a grandiose display really necessary to deal with a monkey and his ragtag band of minions? The answer is simple. The Jade Emperor, Taishang Laojun, and Yuanshi Tianzun were well aware of the power behind this unruly monkey, a being whose strength exceeded the three realms, with countless extraordinary disciples. The celestial spectacle was not just about subduing Wukong. It was a show of force aimed at Patriarch Bodhi and his formidable following. What no one could see, however, was the colossal battle raging beneath the surface. It's said that there was an epic clash between the celestial deities and Patriarch Bodhi himself. Unfortunately, the full HD uncensored version of this battle never made it to broadcast, leaving us with only the thrilling fights involving Wukong. In the end, Wukong was just a pawn on the cosmic chessboard. Under the meticulous design of Patriarch Bodhi, capturing Wukong was a feat in itself, let alone eliminating him entirely. Yet to truly end the chaos in heaven, Wukong would have had to be destroyed, as he was the root cause of all the turmoil. Heaven tried everything, even resorting to extremes. Taishang Laojun himself placed Wukong in a pressure cooker, using the blazing flames of the celestial furnace, typically reserved for refining elixirs. But Wukong was the pride of Patriarch Bodhi. Adding to the frustration, he had guzzled countless heavenly wines, devoured an entire orchard of peaches, and polished off a stockpile of elixirs that likely took Taishang Laojun eons to create. Eliminating Wukong was akin to trying to scoop the moon from the bottom of a well. Not only did Wukong survive, but he emerged with golden fire eyes, granting him the ability to see through everything. No, not through clothes, but straight into one's heart and soul. Patriarch Bodhi, the most powerful in the three purities. In Buddhism, there is Siddhartha Gautama, also known as Shakyamuni Buddha. Meanwhile, in Taoism, there is the revered Hongjun Laozu, also called the Grand Master of Hongmeng. According to Chinese Taoism, Hongjun Laozu is the highest-ranking figure in the hierarchy of deities. He was born from the primordial chaos of Hongmeng, existing even before the universe came into being. At this time, neither the physical world nor spiritual consciousness had manifested. He is regarded as the first master who mentored three renowned and extraordinary disciples. Hongjun Laozu's three disciples were Taishang Laojun, the Grand Supreme Elderly Lord, Yuanshi Tianzun, the Primeval Lord of Heaven, and Tongtian Jiaozhu, the Master of the Heavenly Sect. Yuanshi Tianzun was the first disciple of Hongjun Laozu. He was born from the original essence of the universe, representing the primal energy before it divided into the yin-yang duality. Yuanshi Tianzun leads the Taoist sect of Xianjiao, expounding sect, which adheres to strict principles when selecting disciples. Only those with pure virtues and inherent spiritual qualities are accepted. His full title is Yu Qing Yuanshi Tianzun, Primeval Lord of Heaven of the Jade Purity. Among the three purities, he holds the highest position and is considered the foremost deity in Taoism. Despite his esteemed status, Yuanshi Tianzun appeared later in Chinese mythological works compared to Taishang Laojun. According to the Chen Zhongshu, Yuanshi Tianzun emerged as the essence of heaven and earth before chaos split into the Teiji, Supreme Ultimate. He resides in the highest heavenly realm, nourished by celestial energy and earthly springs. Yuanshi Tianzun mentored 13 mighty disciples, many of whom are featured in the legendary work Investiture of the Gods. Taishang Laojun was Hongjun Laozu's second disciple. Like Yuanshi Tianzun, he is one of the three purities and a leading Taoist deity. His role is to oversee human education, focusing on morality and etiquette. He is also responsible for crafting elixirs to prolong life. His full title is Tai Ching Daode Tianzun Taishang Laojun, Grand Supreme Elderly Lord of the Supreme Purity and Moral Virtue. Taishang Laojun is famously associated with his treasures, a diamond ring and a furnace used to create numerous elixirs distributed across heaven and earth. He is often depicted riding a blue ox. Tongtian Jiaozhu, the third disciple of Hongjun Laozu, holds the title of Shangqing Lingbao Tianzun. Heavenly Lord of the supreme purity and spiritual treasures. Despite being ranked third among the three purities, Tongtian Jiaozhu became the most skilled when Hongjun Laozu entrusted him with the Juxian sword formation. Contrary to Yuanshi Tianzun's strict disciple selection, Tongtian Jiaozhu accepted all who wished to learn, regardless of their virtues, origins, or backgrounds. Whether human or creature, anyone with genuine determination to cultivate could become his disciple. Tongtian Jiaozhu believed in the equality of all beings. He taught that anyone with virtue, aspiration, and perseverance should have the opportunity to practice cultivation. As a result, his disciples were not only numerous, but also highly skilled in Taoist arts. However, his inclusive approach caused friction with his two senior brothers. This led to conflicts where he created the 10,000 Immortals Array and the Juxian formation to challenge them, both of which ended in defeat. Afterward, Tongtian Jiaozhu disappeared, and his whereabouts remain unknown. Though immensely powerful, Tongtian Jiaozhu is absent from the investiture of the gods, leaving him with lingering resentment and a desire for vengeance. Sun Wukong, a master of close combat. When Sun Wukong wreaked havoc in the Heavenly Palace, it coincided with Tongtian Jiaozhu launching a campaign against the heavens. Previously, it had taken the combined efforts of Taishang Laojun, Yuanshi Tianzun, and reinforcements from the west to subdue Tongtian Jiaozhu. Now, with the addition of the unruly and troublesome monkey, it was as though the heavens faced a tiger that had grown wings. Thus, it was no surprise that the celestial court once again sought aid from Buddha. But why did the celestial court want to eradicate Wukong, while Buddha merely imprisoned him under the Five Elements mountain for 500 years? The reason is simple. Although Wukong's power wasn't overwhelming, eliminating him was no easy task. Moreover, killing Wukong would also cause his twin counterpart, the six-eared macaque, to vanish. Additionally, there was a history of cordial relations between Buddha and Patriarch Bodhi. It's said that Patriarch Bodhi had once guided Buddha on his path to enlightenment. Hence, Buddha opted for leniency, giving Wukong a light sentence of 500 years of imprisonment under the Five Elements mountain, sparing his life out of respect for Bodhi. Let's digress for a moment. In Journey to the West, there are actually 4 stone monkeys that battled fiercely to claim the title of Great Sage equal to heaven. When Buddha captured the six-eared macaque, he recited 4 lines. Lingming Stone Monkey understands the heavens and earth. Red-bottomed horse monkey masters profound abilities. Intelligent gibbon. Monkey excels in great strength. Six-eared macaque is unmatched in transformation. Here, the Lingming Stone Monkey refers to Sun Wukong, the great sage equal to heaven. Wukong's abilities and transformations are undeniable, but for now, let's set the other 3 monkeys aside and focus on Wukong's skills. In terms of close combat, Wukong is unmatched. Only later in his life did Wukong encounter a formidable foe in a one-on-one duel, which left him seriously injured and retreating to Flower Fruit Mountain to live out his years in recovery. More on this story another time. Everyone knows that while accompanying Tang Sanzang on the journey to the west, Wukong frequently lost to the tricks of various demons. However, this wasn't because these demons were inherently more powerful, but because they possessed a plethora of extraordinary magical treasures. Yet, in a pure physical fight against Wukong, none could claim victory. When it came to hand-to-hand combat, anyone facing Wukong might as well prepare for defeat. Even in the Heavenly Court, none could rival him in direct combat, save for Erlang Shen, whose 72 transformations allowed him to fight Wukong to a standstill. Ultimately, Wukong's essence was that of a battle-loving asura, not yet a god. Later, he had to shoulder the responsibility of protecting Tang Sanzang's mortal body, which often led to his defeat at the hands of demons, a natural consequence of his new role. Nonetheless, one must acknowledge that Patriarch Bodhi created an indomitable, battle-hardened beast. Capturing or imprisoning Wukong was possible, but eliminating him completely proved nearly impossible. Time and again, the Celestial Court tried to recruit Wukong, hoping to rein him in, but their efforts always ended in failure. A tragic ending. Returning to the main topic, a talented master, an exceptional student, and tens of thousands of outstanding disciples joined forces to wreak havoc in the heavenly court. With Sun Wukong's boundless abilities and fearless nature, he single-handedly faced legions of celestial soldiers. As for magical prowess, his master, Patriarch Bodhi, stood firmly behind him, providing unmatched support. This caused panic among the celestial beings. The heavenly court descended into chaos. The heavens and earth turned upside down. Wukong, armed with his golden staff, fought his way to the Jade Palace and the Lingxiao Hall. Meanwhile, Patriarch Bodhi personally neutralized the divine treasures of Taishang Laojun and the primal chaos Great Immortal, leaving them enraged beyond measure. One theory suggests that when Wukong was captured and sentenced to execution by the heavenly court, Patriarch Bodhi refrained from intervening because he wanted to test the limits of his disciples' abilities. After Wukong's defeat, the heavenly court lay in disarray, with soldiers and deities alike battered and demoralized, forcing them to seek help from Buddha. This led to a fierce battle between the alliance of gods and Buddha against the grand leader Tongtian Zhaozhu. As we all know, the outcome was inevitable. When two gang up on one, the odds aren't in the latter's favor. Wukong was imprisoned beneath the Five Elements Mountain, while Patriarch Bodhi fled, abandoning everything. He dismantled his temple and vanished without a trace. His tens of thousands of disciples scattered across the world, their names fading into obscurity. Thus, when the ginseng fruit calamity struck, Genyuan Daxian, reputed to be on par with Taishang Laojun in magical prowess, chose not to confront Wukong head-on. Knowing Wukong's resilience and audacity, he resorted to imprisoning Tang Sanzang, Wukong's master, to force him into submission. Otherwise, even if Wukong had uprooted the ginseng tree, Genyuan Daxian could only sigh in frustration. Genyuanzi was well aware of Wukong's master's unparalleled reputation. Hence, he advised Wukong to seek Patriarch Bodhi's help. However, after his devastating defeat and humiliation in his bid for vengeance, Patriarch Bodhi had lost all face and could not bring himself to reappear. In the end, Wukong remained nothing more than a pawn in the grand scheme of his master, Patriarch Bodhi. The Four Stone Monkeys. Let's return to the story of the Four Stone Monkeys. Everyone knows that Sun Wukong was born from a stone, which is said to be imbued with the spirit of the goddess Nuwa. Although Nuwa does not appear directly in Journey to the West, she is the greatest ancient goddess. She is a creator deity who shaped rivers, mountains, plants, and humans before disappearing. Since then, no one in the three realms has seen her again. However, the birth of Sun Wukong is intricately linked to Lady Nuwa. It is well known that Sun Wukong was born from a sacred stone that absorbed the essence of heaven and earth for thousands of years. However, few know the hidden mystery behind the stone. The stone atop Mount Huaguo was not just an ordinary sacred stone. It was believed to contain a fragment of Nuwa's spirit, originating from the stones she used to repair the heavens. Interestingly, there were 4 stone monkeys born from Nuwa's 5 colored stones. These divine stones fell into the three realms. Chikao Mahao, Red Horse Monkey, was born near the Buddhist gate, where it was soon taken in and attained enlightenment long before Wukong, leaving little information about its story. Thong Tui Vian Hao, Clever Stone Monkey, emerged in a place filled with dark energy, absorbing demonic ways early on. Its life was marked by jealousy and rivalry with Wukong, ultimately classifying it as an outsider to the righteous path. Thong Tui Vian Ho once imitated Wukong by wreaking havoc in the underworld and stealing a staff from the Dragon King's palace, but in the end, it was defeated by Wukong and left soulless. The divine stone that fell to the mortal world birthed twin monkeys, Lin Min Thak Hao, Spiritual Stone Monkey, and Luke Ni Mi Hao, Six-Eared Macaque. It is no exaggeration to say that the six-eared macaque is Wukong's counterpart. While Wukong possesses fiery eyes that can see through demons and ghosts, the six-eared macaque has 6 ears that can hear everything in the three realms from one spot. Because of this, after impersonating Wukong to assist the Tong monk on his journey to fetch the scriptures, the two engaged in an epic duel that ended in a stalemate. Even Guan Yin could not distinguish between the real and the fake. Only the Buddha and the divine beast of Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva could identify the impostor. However, the divine beast, fearing retaliation from the six-eared macaque, chose to remain silent and feigned ignorance. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any interesting and educational videos. Thank you very much. For now, goodbye and see you next time.